Good day, everyone. This is Lois with Diamonds and Things coming to you from the Northeast with a stitch along today. If you're new here, thank you for dropping by. And if you're returning, as always, I appreciate you coming back. And today, and I usually do diamond painting stuff, but I've started recently. Well, it's probably my fourth stitch along, but I like to do this on Sundays. So as you can see in front of me, in front of us, is an 11 count stamped cross stitch, which means I will be using 3 strands of floss to work on this 11 count Aida cloth. And I ordered these from Aliexpress. And the only disadvantage is, and you can't see it very well right now, well, maybe you'll be able to. There's 2 things. The legend, the key on the right hand side is this is serged all the way around. The canvas is serged all the way around. But the legend is not. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is my bear, obviously. And I love bees and bears. But I have a comment on this right here in a minute. But the legend over here is not really clear, and thankfully, and they surged over the numbers, and some of the legend here is just really fuzzy, and I don't particularly care for that. And I got a few of these brands, and I can't tell you the name of the brand just because it's not on here. Actually, let me look over here and see if I can tell you what brand not to get if that bothers you. No, let's see. It doesn't say. Actually, it says it was made in Madrid. Huh. How about that? But anyway, well, I think it was made in Madrid and sent to, oh, here's one. Manufacturer is unlinart.com. It says Richard at YUANLINART.com. Anyway, my point being that thankfully we have a readable legend here with the thumbnail and everything. So, and the patterning is very clear on here, and it is very clear on here also. And amazingly, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, although people have mentioned this before, I have, and I was going to say usually, I've been working on a 14 count, and I need my magnifiers. But with this, I don't. And also, this came with 2 needles. This is a 26 gauge needle. And I use a needle minder to thread my needle. And the eye of the needle is bigger than like the needle that I'm using on my 14 count. So it slid right over, which is awesome because it like makes the floss fuzzy when you have to pull too hard over this. So we'll see how this goes. And like I said, I don't need my magnifiers, which is wonderful because they hurt my nose. They're so old. The black tips over the nose, whatever you want to call it, came off many moons ago, and I've taped it up and tried to fix it. I'm gonna move over a little bit here. I've had this stand that this is on for quite a while. I'm gonna bring you down while I talk. And my daughter bought it for me. See if I can get you in better here. And I've been using it for my printed cross stitch that I was doing. But I thought I'd try this. And this number 1, the thing I was going to mention is on the bear, his fur, and this could be a black bear, but the picture shows it brown. And I'm disappointed because there's a lot of this one is black 310, and I don't see a lot of brown is my point. So we'll see when I get it done. But I wanted to start with something different. And unfortunately, I couldn't use the loop method to start this because I have to have 3 strands. So I'm just, what I do is I'm gonna, when I don't start from the top. I can find the hole here. I'm gonna start here. You can't see me. I'm gonna start down here at yellow, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna try not to pull it out. But since I've got so much of this to do, I'm going to, what I like to do is I pull a strand up in the back and sew over it. So, and hopefully I don't stick my finger. And this 8 cloth is really stiff right now. So I'm only using the stand because I'm videotaping. Otherwise, I'd probably be stitching in hand. And then again, maybe not. I'm not sure. Because we'll have to see how this goes. Actually, I'm going to pause you for a moment. I can find my pause button. Sorry for the shaking. It appears my pause button disappeared. All right, hold on. I'm going to bring this out. Sorry. Huh. All right, I'm going to bring it up so I don't stick the camera. And then I'll bring it back down, maybe. All right. Well, no biggie. As long as you can see what I'm doing, that's all that matters. I know a lot of people like it closer, but that's funny. I can't find my pause button isn't working. Oh well. Such is life, you know. I'm gonna pull this up very carefully so I don't pull this out. Okay. So, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. And it continues to be good for you. This is Sunday, May 18th. And it's quite gloomy out today, actually. It's only supposed to be like 73 or 4, I'm not sure. I ask Alexa when I get up in the morning, or I look at my phone. But yeah, it's the sun's not shining here today, which is fine. At least keeps my house cool because I really don't want to turn the air on yet. So I was, I thought I'd look online and see. I'm going to go all the way up here and come back to a certain area anyway. I'm going to go up here. I was looking online to see how many websites, cross-stitch websites there are, and it's like I found some really cool new ones. So, let me know what you're working on today, if you're cross-stitching, diamond painting, or you're crafting, or doing stuff. Yesterday I'm trying to get rid of books. I've said that before. And actually my library is having a book sale. So I started sorting books out, which is nice. Now all I have to do is drag them downstairs, carry them downstairs, I should say, actually, and take them over to the library. But if you saw my tour, I did a video of my tour of my craft room, and it's messy, and I know it probably looked disgustingly dirty, but I'll tell you what, after I hadn't vacuumed in quite a while, which was evident, and I'm not a messy person. I'm just a crafter who would rather craft instead of clean, especially after years of cleaning up after kids and just cleaning, you know. But I did vacuum and stuff yesterday. But I was mentioning the cross-stitch sites, and there's a bunch of them on Etsy also, if you're easier for you to go to Etsy, but there's some really cool websites, and I've just pulled them up on, excuse me, I've only had a couple sips of something to drink today. I wanted to get this out and so I could diamond paint for the rest of the day. Unless my daughter calls me and says, hey, how come you're not down here? Because usually on Sundays, a lot of Sundays, I should say, we'd go and do things. But I haven't even talked to her since Friday at when I was at Joann's, my last day working there. Because she wanted some paper. And I bought her all this little pretty, not little, but scrapbooking paper. I bought some scrapbooking paper for her. So, excuse me. I think I didn't sleep, and I didn't sleep well, but that's another subject. So anyway, I bought her all this crafting paper. And she had, I digress, sorry. Sometimes I don't like the way the floss just looks real thin. But then again, if I wanted a thicker coverage, I could always put 4 strands in there, like you do with 9 count, or 9 count 6 strands, actually. Maybe I'm supposed to be using 4, I don't think so. It's 11 count. I actually don't remember right now. So, I'm supposed to be using 4 strands. And it's early in the morning for me. I'm not usually up doing this in the morning. I'm having brain fart, I guess, because I haven't had anything to eat yet either. Oh, well, that won't work. I'm going to have to go back down through there. There we go. That looks better. I think I'm supposed to be using 4 strands. And I know a lot of you are saying, Lois, you know, you're doing this wrong. And I really think I'm supposed to be using 4 strands. I don't even remember. Sorry. Let me look. Four strands for 9 count, 3 strands for 11 count. That's what I thought. I'm right. I know you cross stitchers experienced. You're probably not even watching me if you're experienced. But anyway, I'm glad you're joining me no matter what your experience level is. And I was right. So I'm going to go all the way up. Just keep going up here. I know this is a boring color, but this was the largest area for me to start with, so I didn't have to change. And as you can see, there's color blocking in here. That's what this is, where all this yellow is, because it's all one color. And there is confetti, as you can see right in here. They're changing and in here. You can't see that, can you? All in here. This changing of colors. That's color blocking. I'm gonna move the stand back down here. I'm really enjoying not having to wear my, oops, I missed a spot, didn't I? I can go back down here. I'm really enjoying not having to wear my magnifiers because they really hurt my nose after a while. So, but I really prefer 14 count because you can have more colors, and it just makes the details better in the picture. But we'll see how this comes out when I get it done. So I was mentioning, I digress there again. Lots of stamp cross-stitch sites, as you know, has to be expected, but I got caught on the corner there. Let me throw a couple at you. There's one called countrystitching.com. Let me look at that website. It says we specialize in original stamped adaptations of antique needlework samplers. So if you like samplers, $20 to $32. Let me see what they have while I'm chit-chatting here. Yeah, I don't like the way it's real thin sometimes. And I know I'm going to go back over it, but this is what I do, just to separate it here. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But let's see if I can find the right hole here. There we go. Oops. Come on, you're almost there. It says I have free shipping on all orders in the continental U.S. What products do they have? They have all sorts of things like alphabet, antiques, beginner, Christmas, country, floral, folk art, gardening, heirloom, keepsakes, motto, silhouettes, Victorian, patriotic, inspirational, and new releases. Let's see what the new releases are. They only have 4 of them. They're samplers, so samplers have a lot of color changing, confetti and stuff like that, but they're cute. So if you're interested in samplers, that's a good site to go to. It's called Country Stitching. Let's find another one. Hirschner's. I'm sure a lot of the cross stitchers out there have heard of Hirschner's. They have stamped and counted cross stitch. Those are pretty. They have bibs and Christmas designs and plants. They have embroidery. I like Hirschner's. They have a lot of nice things. And a lot of these are just printed, not actually stamped. Well, it says stamped cross stitch, so I think they're more printed actually. But I haven't ordered a cross stitch from them. So I've ordered sheets. They have, if you like peanuts, they have peanuts products on there, like different they have seasonal sheets, like flannel sheets of peanuts, scenery, and things like that. The character peanuts is what I'm talking about, not kind you eat. So check them out. Let's see, Stitchery.com. Never heard of them. You know, because since the tariffs have started, you know, I'm not sure if these are in the country, in the U.S., but like Hirschner's is, so there's no tariff charge, if anything, if you order something that's inside the country, obviously. So, because I know, I was looking at a website yesterday, I can't remember which one it was. But the tariff was like $6.99, or that was, maybe it was just the shipping, but I don't remember right now because I was really disappointed, so I just took it out of my memory banks. But there's always a tariff on anything outside the country now, at least from China. So, and I don't know what the shipping charge, every company has their own shipping charge, so. That hole doesn't look too good there, does it? What the heck is that? Just covered over. And I'm just going to go all the way up the top here and go back. So if you're bored, that's all I'm going to do. Go back down and chit chat and yeah, like I asked, let me know what you're working on. Yeah, I just don't like how thin it looks. Sometimes I don't pull it tight enough, so I have to go back and pull my floss like that. Just but so far the floss is pretty good. It hasn't started any what am I going to call it? Fraying. Brain fart here. So, what are you doing for the rest of the day? I think I asked that already, and I apologize, but I'm not a big chit-chatter unless I've had quite the eventful week, which I have not. I just worked all week at Joann's, and like I mentioned, Friday was my last day, and I was actually scheduled to work like 19 hours next week, and they took my hours away from me. That's why Friday was my last day, and I was really disappointed. I mean, I enjoyed working there, but I was really looking forward to another paycheck, but the and I will get one, because the liquidators, I signed a paper saying that I would work till the end. And whoops, my thread's gonna come out here. Don't want to lose that. I'll have to re-thread my needle, which is no big deal now that it's a 16 gauge, so 26 gauge needle, I should say. So the liquidators offered a bonus if we stayed till the end. They offered for every hour that we worked from the time the liquidators came in, $1 additional to what we make an hour. So basically every hour that we've worked until the closing, we will get paid $1 an hour more, but they're going to send a separate check. So, but and I don't even know how many hours I've worked, but since the middle of February, so March, April, May. All right, so I'm going to go back down the other way. So I'm looking forward to that. Sorry for my hand being in the way. I'm just trying to keep the floss the way I like it, so. And I have not done the parking method. I've watched several people do it, and I'll tell you what, having all that thread all over the place looks like it would bother me. And I get why it's easier to do that, but it would just, just watching it bothers me. Have all those park threads all over the place. Let me know if you like parking your threads or not, or if you've even done it. Because I don't know. To me, it's too distracting and too crowded. So I know there's several people out there, like Miho does it. Miho's craft room, she does it. I think Stitching with Laura does it too. I'm not sure. Lovecraft does it. And there's another one, Stitching with Stephanie. I've not watched her enough to see whether she does that either. And if you're watching and you have a YouTube diamond painting YouTube channel, and I haven't watched you, I apologize. I just trying. I know it's important to watch other people's videos and things, and support you and all that. And I've been trying to do other things and spend my time on my phone because I'm an older person, and although the phone is important, it's not my life. So, and YouTube is not my life. Although I like and I enjoy doing crafting online, on YouTube I should say, it's just not my life. It's not, my phone's not attached to my hip or my hand. My house is a disaster because I've been working, and I have no idea how I ever worked 12-hour shifts as a nurse with 2 teenagers in the house. First, I think maybe they were, maybe they weren't, they were still home, but they weren't teenagers, but because I didn't graduate as a nurse until I was 50. So 20 years ago, they were in their 20s, but at that point, they were still at home trying to figure out what they were going to do with themselves. But I don't know how, but I worked full-time before that. So I have no clue how the house ever stayed. It just stayed cleaner back then. Maybe, whoops, shoot. Maybe I had less stuff. Is that still in there? Nope. But they also helped me. I didn't do it all alone, but kids, the way kids clean and the way adults clean, even though they were young adults. I don't know. So at this point in my life, cleaning is not my priority. Although cleaning is important, but, like I said, it's not priority. My crafting is. So. All right, let me take a break here and look at this. Excuse me, I'm on the Stitchery site. And I'm going to enter my email so I can, I need any more emails from anybody. It says not sign up now, then check your email for 15% off. And my email's invalid, it says. So I did something wrong. Alrighty. And of course, you put your phone number in there, you get a text message with special offers, so that's what I did. So, if you're still with me, I appreciate it. I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm going to get off and do some diamond painting. And probably sort through some more books later on. If I can find this hole, I'll be good. There, come on. There we go. So, just so you know, I am seriously thinking about changing my YouTube name from obviously what it is now to My Retired Craft Life, because I like that name better, and there are so many YouTube channels out there with diamonds in it, and I just want to have something different because I just don't do diamond painting. I have some other crafts I would like to bring on board, and I'm going to start doing that this week since I'm not working, although I do have an interview with the Burlington Coat Factory. Not that it's a new store, not new in, it's a new, they're coming into a new building, right, actually about 5 buildings down from Joann's. It's not new to the area, it's just a new location. And not that retail is, the best place to work, although, I mean, I did get 30% off at Joann's, so retail isn't bad in that sense. And I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy, and I don't mean this to offend anybody, but I like the grocery store, and I never thought I would, but I used to just bag at a grocery store in South Carolina, and I don't know, I just enjoyed that. Maybe it was just because I was bagging and it was nothing major, although people can get really nasty if you don't bag their groceries right. But since I've been shopping for all these many years, I know how I want my groceries to be bagged. But I don't know, it's just the atmosphere. Although the store I worked at had a lot of young kids in it, and I know there's no young kids that watch my channel, so I can't offend anybody. But I'm talking, high school kids and that kind of environment. So it was, the work ethic is not the same as mine, and I like to work in that kind of environment that, you're there to work. You're not there to, gossip and chit chat. I mean, talking is fine. That's how you get to know people, but you're there, you're getting paid to do your job, not to stand around when you're supposed to be doing stuff and there's things to do. And of course they're teenagers, they're learning their environment as they go out and work, but and I don't like drama, so I stay away from that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I am seriously thinking of changing my name, and I might do that this week. I'm going to put a note in the community tab to let people know, because I would like everybody to keep coming to watch my channel. So, all right, well, I'm done with this row, and I'm going to stop here, and I'll put this away until next time. I might continue. I think I'll continue until I finish these strands. But I'm going to end here, and I hope you all have a great day and have a better day tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.